What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Movie Mondays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and just generally having a bit of a chit-chat about everything to do with film. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun, and me and Shaun. How's it going?
I'm pretty good, Connor. Did you know it's approximately 2 weeks until Moonfall comes out?
Are we counting down like an advent calendar?
I would say so. More like counting down to the second coming of Christ in my eyes, in terms of how excited I am for Moonfall.
If this is your first episode of Movie Mondays, you probably haven't heard of the great Moonfall movie that is coming towards us this year.
Much like the moon is coming towards the earth in Moonfall.
Just remember Independence Day. Remember all the disaster movies. Roland Emmerich's back at it again with this year's hottest movie of the year, Moonfall, coming first week of February.
This time we fight the moon, and we're very excited about it.
No other movie podcast is giving this the promotion that we do. So Shaun, this is Movie Mondays, and there's also another movie that's coming out around March. I think it's called The Batman, something like that.
Set at night time, featuring the moon.
Is the moon falling?
Tell me that moon is falling, Connor.
I love the idea of somebody watching the trailer being like, where the fuck does the moon fall? I don't understand.
They're like looking at the red bar on YouTube being like, trailer's nearly over. I haven't seen the moon falling yet.
Why is he flipping that car? Why is he wasting time with these lads? There's a moon falling.
That's not Colin Farrell, is it?
So, before we get started, if you want to like, or if you want to support the show, it would really help us out if you gave us a like on whatever podcast platform you're listening to this on. Spotify just introduced one. We're not smart enough to know why it helps, but apparently it's good news to have maybe more than one person say thumbs up, Shaun.
Yeah, and we've been encouraged by ourselves to just say to people, hey, we're proud of this. If you like it too, please let us know. And
I'm running out of ghost accounts. I'm running out of fake email addresses to sign up.
They only let you make 10,000 Gmail addresses per lifetime. Did you know that? That's a new fact that I just made up.
Do you think after like 50 Outlook email you, they're like, lad, what's going on?
What do you do? How many competitions on Facebook are you entering right now?
Just stop getting Word trials. Just buy Word.
Yeah, you're just always on that free trial bus.
So, Shaun, we're starting off this week talking about that certain movie, The Batman.
Of course.
And of course, every single week it seems that they're revealing some bit of news about the movie. Me and you have come staunchly down on stop showing us stuff, but that doesn't mean stop telling us stuff is still on the table, Shaun, because we have found out the runtime of The Batman.
I did not hear this, actually.
It will be nearly 3 hours long, apparently.
Oh, heavens.
2 hours and 47 minutes, to be exact.
Okay, somehow that doesn't sound as long as 3 hours to me, but that is still a very long movie to sit down in.
Now, I like Batman. I would go so far as to say he's my fave. Well, Nightwing is my fave, but around that world. But Shaun, I feel like superhero movies, like a swift 2 hours. I just think it's just, let's get in and get out, lads. I want to go home.
See, that's the thing, but I would say certain movies warrant the longer runtime. Like, if you had done 2 hours of Avengers Endgame, I think that's too quick. Because that movie is already a ludicrous pace. So, but I also feel like this kind of Batman, which is ostensibly like there's a lot of Batman origin going to be happening in this movie. We have seen the Batman origin so many times before. So are they going to breeze through that? And then it's like 2 hours and 37 minutes of him just being a violent Batman.
Of breaking bones.
Of breaking bones and skulls.
I feel like what they've done here is, like, we've kind of talked about it. The plot is probably going to involve the Court of Owls. Everyone knows the Riddler's in it as well, Paul Dano. There's a lot to get through, and especially as Matt Reeves has come out and said, like, it's a detective film that they're doing here. I suppose, like, as you said, they're going to come in. It's going to be just Batman breaking bones. Riddler pops up. You think, oh, he's the big villain, but he's there to just reveal the next like hour and a half, or the final hour and a half of the film, which is the Court of Owls are running Gotham for the last 100 years.
Yeah, like it's going to be a really like drawn out investigation, I think, which isn't bad. And like, that's when a longer runtime can kind of work, because how many Netflix shows have you binged because, oh, I need to see what happens next, and you've then watched like 8 hours of television in one day. So like, if that was a movie, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat for the 3 hours, I think that could work. I don't know that. I think like 2.5 hours would be perfect for this movie. You know, I hope they haven't just left in a load of shit unnecessarily.
And look, I think this is the movie me and you have the most hopes for, like, through the whole year. This is the movie, my most anticipated film anyway of the year, other than Moonfall.
Moonfall, I was about to say.
Other than Moon, I think every sentence we say should be prefaced with, of course, other than Moonfall. This is the best movie.
Yes, just take that as a given for the rest of every episode of this show ever. But genuinely, like, it'd be like, I'm more excited for this, I think, than Doctor Strange 2, which I don't think I would have said for like the Ben Affleck Batman films. It wouldn't even be a competition. But this looks like such a different take that I'm really excited about it. So again, don't show me any more, Warner Brothers. Let me go in blind.
Just leave it. The trailers you've done are perfect. Leave it. It's fine.
Have you seen the full body shot of the Riddler costume?
No, I think I've avoided it, to be honest. Which is weird doing movie news. It's tough, but I don't ever click into the article.
That's fair. You just get the headlines and we extrapolate from there. Okay, well, if you haven't seen it, there's no point talking about it. But I think it looks weird.
Oh, actually, I think I got spoiled on Twitter. I think somebody had the image on Twitter.
That's where I got spoiled on me as well. Yeah, he's just wearing a green raincoat that's also a mask. It's very strange to me.
Also, I think he's just meant to be a serial killer. It's a whole thing. But so 3 hours for this movie is bold for an origin film. First of all, I just don't want DC to fall into the same trap of let's try and cram everything into this first movie and let's see what happens. I mean, you have Matt Reeves for 3 of them. But I trust Reeves that he knows what he's doing, but I'm also wary of DC. So it's kind of a weird catch-22 situation.
That's true. Those Planet of the Apes movies were pretty long, though, weren't they? Like,
yeah, they were all pushing 2.5.
Yeah. So I think he spaces his stories well. But regardless, we'll see in March, I suppose. We'll decide if it's any good.
I also have a few more follow-up news about the Batman. Robert Pattinson gave an interview about Batman's no-kill rule, which was quite funny because Pattinson, if we've ever seen any Robert Pattinson interviews, doesn't give a shit. And I think
hates being a celebrity.
He just hates stuff, and so, but it's funny because he's just like, yeah, it could be good, it could be bad, I don't know. And he was talking about Batman's no-kill rule, and it actually is really interesting to hear what he did to get into the character, because of course we know Ben Affleck, he was a serial killer, he loved murdering people,
loved headshots.
Snyder wanted him to get more points for headshots than not. But Pattinson has come out and said there's this rule with Batman, he must not kill, and it could be interpreted in 2 ways. Either he only wants to inflict the appropriate punishment, or he wants to kill, and self-control prevents him from doing so. I imagined it that way from the rehearsal of the first fight. I thought it was funnier. Something in him just wanted to slit the other guy's throat. And basically he said if he spends his nights chasing criminals, it's impossible that he does not take pleasure in it. And it's just that one moment where he's just about to kill someone that gives him that one piece of sense of peace within him.
Where he's holding this criminal's like life in his hands and he decides to let them live. That's what he
Which
gets
kind
off
of
on.
gives us a proper viewpoint of where this Batman is coming in. And I read that, and I was like, yeah, that's like year 2 Batman. That's kind of along the lines of what we felt. This is just pure anger.
Yeah, and it's this idea that he could kill you, but he wants to feel better than you in some way as well. So he doesn't.
Yeah. And like, even say the Batman, Matt Reeves came out, so he also gave an interview, and this is just going along the same trend of, they were like, the Batman is almost a horror film that they're doing, but also that they keep really heavily putting that it's a horror movie just featuring Batman in it. And then they were like, even the iconic Batmobile took inspiration from Stephen King's Christine.
The killer car.
Yeah, the killer car. They basically wanted it to look like the killer car, which we all know the Futurama episode more so.
That's my basis for any reference involving Christine, I'll be honest.
That's mine too. I was like, Stephen, you've done a lot of hard work, but Matt Groening, that was a good episode of the Were car.
Didn't they put a silver potato up the tailpipe? Wasn't that how they defeated the Were car?
Ow, ow, Hong Kong.
Just regarding Batman's no-kill rule, I always got the sense that if Batman killed one person, he would just kill everyone he ever met from then on.
He would just murder everyone in Gotham.
Yeah, like, and he would just be like, and now there's technically no crime, so it's good. Like, he'd become Damian Wayne, essentially. So I like the idea that it's ultimately like arrogance at the end of the day, that he really wants to kill, but he can't allow himself to be like a criminal.
But that's so Batman. Well, especially like dark Batman from like a younger version of like, this Batman is he's just angry, and every criminal he sees is like, that's Joe Chill. That's the one that killed my parents, and I'm going to beat you until your spine is broken. You have no life. You cannot move. You'll be in a bed for the rest of your life. But also, you're not going to die because I want you to feel the pain for the rest of your life. So I hold your life in my hands, kind of thing. Like, that Batman just does not give a shit.
Yeah, it's like, because Bruce Wayne had to live with the actions of Joe Chill. So now every criminal has to live with the actions of Batman.
So yeah, I just read those 3 pieces of news, and it's just like Pattinson coming out saying that. Then you also have Matt Reeves saying like the car is built off the fucking like
the Were car from Futurama,
the Were car. Oh, Hong Kong, and that he specifically did that in the interview. He didn't, but imagine he did. Imagine he came out instead of being like, it's really inspired by Futurama. To be honest,
do you think you would be more or less interested in the film after hearing that?
I'd be more interested. Bold strategy.
I like the idea of it being like, they seem to be leaning into the horror aspect of it, which is something we haven't seen with Batman, really, apart from a little bit in like Batman Begins. But
hey, what about that time that Affleck crawled along the wall like a spider? Huh? That was pretty scary. I bet you were scared when he was branding people.
Oh, yeah, again, see that, like, that's kind of fucked up as well, but they never went hard enough into it. Like,
no, it was like he did it, and then they were like, "Okay, we'll move on." But it's like he's branding people.
It's like, what drove him to do that? That is fucked. But look, I don't want to know much more about. I don't want to know anything else about the plot of this movie. I don't think. I just want to sit down in the cinema and watch it now.
Okay. Well, we can move on to our next piece of news, Shaun, and this is something that I think is going to really excite you. I think this is going to really cheer you up. Because
can I make a quick prediction? Because this is going to be some bullshit that I'm not excited about in the slightest, and if anything, it's going to rile me up for the rest of the show. My money is on an unnecessary sequel. That's what I'm betting it is.
Reboot! So they're doing a reboot for The Raid, Shaun, because you see, the raid is now. See, you're interested. You're like, a reboot of The Raid. The Raid. Can you explain what The Raid is to anyone who hasn't seen it, Shaun?
It's just a really good fighty movie. It's a really good load of lads. Didn't the choreographers for John Wick, didn't they start on The Raid? I
think they started on that, yeah. So
yeah.
So that came out in like 2011, and and it's basically seen as like one of the best action movies of all time. That it's like, this is where well, to be honest, that's where a lot of John Wick stuff comes from. Like, this started all of the John Wick, Daredevil, all that fight choreography, all that fight sequences started here, like, basically.
Kind of mixed martial arts on the move, and it's kind of like efficient fighting, where like you're not being flashy and you're not doing flips, you are just mowing through lads as you get to your destination.
It's a SWAT team trapped in a building fighting through mobsters and killers and thugs and all this, and like you just see them one by one go through everyone. But like, that was a classic, and it only came out 10 years ago now, Shaun, because 2011, 10 years ago at this day. Well, 11 years ago, Jesus. So
there was a sequel to The Raid as well, which came out even more recently, wasn't there? It's in like 2014,
I think.
Yeah.
2014. So, but here's what I'm thinking. What if The Raid, and I'm in Hollywood right now, so I want to do The Raid, but it's like a foreign film, and people don't like foreign films, okay? Like, people don't want to
Parasite didn't do very well. People hated Squid Game.
Don't make me read, right? That's what I always say, right?
Okay.
I'm not here for subtitles. I'm here for action. So we have The Raid, and we want to bring it to the American audience. Action-heavy movie. I know what you're thinking. Let's get the lads who did John Wick. Makes sense.
Yeah. Surely you get those lads to do it.
It's a slam dunk. Easy peasy. No messing about. But what if I told you, instead, they've gone to the one man we all should have expected them to go to. One man who's big in explosions. One man who's big into action. One man who's big into transforming. That man, Michael Bay, will be involved with the reboot.
Okay. I don't... but we've gone... But The Raid came out during, like, peak Bayhem.
Yeah.
Like, when he was the biggest paid director in Hollywood for Transformers. And The Raid was this, like, actually good action movie.
Yeah. So now let's combine the two. Combine the world's greatest director with the best action movie ever, and you got a slam dunk shot. This is easy money. Now,
is he directing it, or is he producing it? Because there's a very big difference.
I think he's just producing it.
Okay.
Which his production company is involved, but he is heavily behind. I mean, his production company also involved with Transformers still. And he's, even though he's not directing, he's like around, which I think is more infectious to a production.
Yeah, because he has no personal stake in it, so he can just put forward ideas and see what sticks. Because Michael Bay did produce my favourite TV show, which is Black Sails. He is a producer on that. So look, he's alright as a producer in my book. But why are they remaking a film that's 10 years old? It makes no sense, Connor. Explain that to me.
Well, I mean, I think I already have in the most simple terms. I cannot break this down more. The Raid is a foreign film, and people liked it. So what if we copy it, right, and do it to the American Western audience, Shaun, and make more money? That's double the money. That's two monies.
See, here's a terrible idea I've just had, Connor, is that you also need to recast it.
Yes.
So who better to play the lead of like a tactical squad? Let me throw out some names to you.
We get
Mr. Christopher Pratt to lead the Raid.
I was thinking Mark Wahlberg.
Wahlberg is good. I'd like to meet somewhere in the middle and say Vin Diesel.
Oh, Vinny! But there's no cars. Vinny's not getting involved. There's just a car in the skyscraper.
Okay, I have two more things to say. Number one, I think I'd be fine if Chris Hemsworth was the lead. I think I would lose all qualms that I have with this because I just want that man to do well in life. Number two, do you remember that Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista were shopping around a buddy cop script around Hollywood? What if we just had them as buddy cops, as leaders of the Raid, And they're just trying to one-up each other the whole time.
I think you're describing Hobbs and Shaw's plot as well currently, but also...
Yeah.
but also, imagine the scenes. I can see it now. I think you've just literally cracked the code, right? Doesn't matter who you get involved. You got Batista, you got Momoa. They look like a SWAT team. They go in and they get caught. And it's just them two. It's not even a team. It's just the two of them. And they Steven Seagal their way through the building.
Yeah. Like, they both try and be like Bruce Willis in Die Hard. Just working their way through this building. On comms with each other the whole time, cracking wise.
Just one-liners constantly.
Just that these men do not take anything seriously. They are in danger.
There's a scene where there's glass all over the floor. They've got no shoes on and they just start jumping in the glass, just skipping through it.
No, they have shoes on, but they take them off and then go skipping through it.
True. And then they kill the next guy and they're just like, way to shatter his dreams. And then they're just like picking glass out with their own fucking feet.
It's like, fuck. And then they aim for the bushes to get down, but they actually do it.
Yeah. They do the other guy's scene, but they pull it off.
Yeah, that's still the funniest intro that's ever been in a movie.
If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, there's a scene in the movie The Other Guys where The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson play the world's greatest policemen, and the first 5 minutes is like this montage of them being the greatest policemen of all time. Just Momoa Batista style. Just the best.
Just the best, no worries on him at all. It's a very expensive scene. Like, there's car chases.
Yeah, there's car chases, and then the criminals run up to the top of a skyscraper, and they're like, what's the word?
They zip line.
The word zip line down. Yeah, I was trying to zip line. So they zip line down, and then they cut the zip line, and The Rock and Samuel Jackson, who you think are the heroes of the movie, they're like so cool with the sunglasses on, and they're just like, aim for the bushes. But they're on a skyscraper in the middle of San Francisco, I think.
And they jump off, and there's no bushes on the street. And they jump off the building to There Goes My Hero.
By David Bowie, isn't it?
Yeah. No, but and then the next cut is just like their funeral.
It's just a hard cut to them going, they were the best of us.
It's like, why did they jump off the building?
Not to spoil the other guys, but that's the first 5 minutes, and I think that might be one of my favourite scenes ever put to film.
I think if we just do that, but the raid, I think we'll be sorted for this remake.
Sorted out. Yeah, you sort it out. Michael Bay, he's involved with the raid, Shaun. I knew that would excite you. And I'm guaranteeing it's going to be Chris Pratt or Mark Wahlberg leading this team.
I think so. Now, what if Michael B. Jordan?
Do you call my bluff? If it's Michael B, you know I'm in. You know I have to be in if Michael B's involved.
If Michael B's involved, we'll watch anything.
Yeah, we'll watch anything. So we're moving on to our next piece of news, Shaun. And this is some rumours, reports for Doctor Strange 2.
Fuck. I don't I don't want to Spider-Man this one and talk all of the rumours to death. Okay. But I have seen all of the rumours, so we may as well talk about them.
Do you know, I was about to say, do you want me to spoil it? I can skip it, but if you've already seen it, then we can kind of talk about it.
Because by virtue of doing this show, all of this shit gets pushed to my phone on an hourly basis, and I don't know how to stop it.
Do you know a specific one involving another man that we knew was being cast? One of the rumours.
There's two rumours I've heard of. One is about a returning Daredevil actor, shall we say.
We covered that,
and the other one is about Mr. Timothy cruise ship.
Oh, I have one that doesn't involve either of them.
Oh, okay. You know what, do it. Go ahead. The people want to know.
Rumours say that Doctor Strange's 2 Fantastic Four cameo
reportedly
involves John Krasinski, Shaun.
I have heard this. Yeah. Accompanied by that one really good fan image of John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, real good. He looks great.
Looks great. Great temples. Amazing. I mean, why not? Introducing anyone in Multiverse of Madness is kind of weird, though, because do you get the same person to play them in the mainline Marvel universe? And what will that look like after all of these universes are split apart and put back together?
But I mean, they just probably will cast him as Reed Richards, and then just through a series of events, Fantastic Four team end up in this universe in Earth 616 with all the rest of the Avengers and all that stuff.
Could be. What if, Marvel's What If, you had, say they were operating the whole time but just hidden. They were in another universe or whatever. But then during the snap, the Thing, Human Torch and Invisible Woman all disappear, and Mr. Fantastic is just left to go mad and try and fix it on his own. And now he's jumping between multiverses, trying to find them.
Oh, that's actually not a bad idea, because like that introduces his madness straight up, but he's also a genius. He's also like the smartest person ever. So yeah, you introduce like he'll stop at nothing to get them back, but he doesn't know what's going on. But he's also willing to like destroy other universes to make sure they get back.
Yeah, I would love that, because he can be absolutely monstrous. Reed Richards, he can be as we know, noted bastard Reed Richards, as he's known on the show here. But I would like him to be, because he can't just come in and be Tony Stark in terms of mannerisms and quips and all that.
No, God no. Like, he has to be even smarter than Tony Stark.
He has to be smarter than him, and he needs to be meaner. Because like Tony Stark was softened by the end of it, because he had like actually got people that he loved and cared about. Whereas I would love if Reed Richards was introduced like completely just hardened, fuck the world. I'm smart, I'll do it myself. Like, I think that's what he needs.
None of you understand. You're all idiots. I'm way better than you, because that is what Reed Richards does. Known bastard Reed Richards, as we've discussed on the show.
Richards. And so I like John Krasinski as that casting, and so yeah, have him show up. But this is going to be a busy movie, because
I also have another rumor of who else is going to be showing up.
Fire
Shaun.
away, might as well.
There's going to be an appearance, apparently, hints due to merch, which is even stronger than rumors. There's merch
Funko Pop
for this. Hints at an appearance from the Multiverse Avengers.
Right.
So
so these are this is the Multiverse Avengers from What If? Is that right?
Yes, that is
right. So, fuck me, that's class, but also that's a lot, man. Yeah, because you have Captain Carter, you have Black Widow, Killmonger as Black Panther, Party Boy Thor, which I think you get Liam Hemsworth to play that role. Then who else is in there? You have evil Doctor Strange, who we know is in this. And is that everyone? Or am I missing someone, Connor?
I'm trying to think of who's left.
I could just look up a list, really, couldn't I?
And
T'Challa Star-Lord. T'Challa Star-Lord.
Oh, yes.
That'll be an interesting one.
Also, I mean, like, you have a few people. Liam Hemsworth, I think, perfect. Michael B. Jordan coming back.
Yeah, love it.
I think that's on the table.
And you can now you can bring him, keep him in the MCU now if you want. Like, you can bring all of these people in. There's also Gamora as well, who fought on Sakaar in What If, but it was a deleted episode, but she was still there at the end. It's a whole big thing. And then the other one that I heard was that there's rumours of Tom Cruise coming in as a Tony Stark.
You know what? I don't want the Lizard Man near us.
No, but I feel if he's not this, he's going to be something else down the line. Just something important.
I'll have him as a cameo. But
yeah, I think just have him as a cameo. Because I think famously he was considered for the role of Iron Man.
Which is, when you think back to it now, it is madness. that he would be considered for that. When, like, you have Downey there, who, like, RDJ is Iron Man. So, you imagine if they had been all changed. There's a multiverse out there, Shaun, where this is all mixed up.
In some world, Tom Cruise, the actor, played Tony Stark, the character. Like, that's just how it works.
I do think, with all of these rumours, all of these people that are going to be popping up, are we expecting it's going to be a minute scene, a cameo, one by one?
See,
you just see them and then they're gone.
Does that cheapen it, though? Because, like, without spoiling things like Dr. Octopus being in No Way Home, for example, like, that paid off because he was there for the movie. It wasn't just like, and then I fought this guy who with the octopus arms, and then it cuts to the next slide on the PowerPoint or whatever. Like,
right, yeah.
It needs to matter, but I don't know if you can do that. Like, already we've talked about nearly 10 major, like, universe-shifting cameos that could happen in this movie.
But that's the thing, you can't have 10 universe-shifting character arcs in the same movie.
No, and, like, I think he'll just pop through dimensions and just, like, that'll be it. Like, they'll just fly by, we'll see him, and it'll be like, oh, that's interesting, and then just move on.
What could be interesting is if Reed Richards stays with him. In terms of, like, he pops in, Reed Richards is like, who the hell are you? He explains, he's like, I'm coming with you. As you said, everyone here disappeared. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm coming with you and figuring this out. Because you seem to know what's going on.
I could see that happening. And then you also have Scarlet Witch in that movie. And there's a whole kettle of fish with her that needs to be dealt with. Like, and then I don't know that Mr. Fantastic will be in the MCU straight after this movie, but I think this gets the idea of Mr. Fantastic in people's minds so that in 2025 or whenever Fantastic Four movie comes out, people are ready for it then, and there's precedence for it.
I think it's meant to come out next year. So
Fantastic Four?
Yes.
Fuck off. What the Jesus God.
Or
fuck.
it's either coming out next year or it's filming late this year, early next year.
My God. So, okay, so we'll know everything about it then by... Like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So we're moving on, Shaun, to our next piece
I'm overwhelmed,
of news.
Connor. I'm overwhelmed by comic book movies.
See, the good news is about this is I overwhelm you with so much information that you will forget.
That's
and so
true.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, my brain will just fry.
So we're moving on, Shaun, to Disney developing your favourite 3 words. Well, actually, to be honest with you, it's technically 2 words due to a hyphen. Live action remake. Yeah!
What is it this time? What? Oh, is this the thing you text me? Do you know anything about this? And I said, I vaguely know that it exists. So this is Aristocats, right?
Disney developing live action remake of animated classic The Aristocats.
Okay, I was wondering why you text me about this, like, old animated movie. It's like,
by the way, I gave no context. I just randomly texted you and was like, do you know about The Aristocats? Just say yes or no.
It's like, no, not really. I know it's based on a book called The Aristocrats, and then it's just a cartoon of that, but based around cats.
Oh,
how far away am I?
Oh, I would say pretty close. I would say bang on the button. It's a movie that came out in 1970, Shaun. So, I mean, quite a few years ago.
Okay.
And what they've decided to do is they've taken the 1970 film, animated. Nobody gives a shit about animation anymore. Like The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, bleh. Beauty and
Spider-Verse.
That's getting the live action remake as well. They're all the same. Like, all that animated stuff, kids are like, I fucking hate animated anymore. We need live action remakes. That's what people are clamouring for. So I'll be honest with you, if I was a bit negative, I would say they've slowly run out of products and projects to maybe live action remake, and they're getting further away from Lion King towards the Aristocats.
That's, yeah. Also, wasn't there, recent enough, a live-action CGI cat movie that came out?
True, but this one's Aristocats, so it's different.
But I would wager, Con, I would wager that technology has not evolved, given the state of the world the last 2 years. You can't make those cats look any way good. Like, they're gonna look weird. Because are they just cats? Or are they like standing up cats? And what do the cats do in the movie Aristocats?
They sit with their dads and they have a good fucking time, right?
Right, how is that any different from the musical Cats?
Well, this one's a pun on the Aristocrats. So it's good.
No.
But this one, right, see, live action remake, I know what you're thinking, is it going to be all live action? Are they going to get real life cats? That's what the Cats question came up. And what they did in the Cats movie was very clever. And you'll probably agree, Shaun, they nailed this. Photorealistic CGI, kind of what they did, really. And so what the Aristocats is going to do is photorealistic CGI. And we're coming back, but this time we're better than ever.
So, but do you want that? Like, do you want weird CGI cats? Which, and I'm looking at the Wikipedia page. People are trying to kill them because they inherit an estate? What?
I think there should be a whole separate Patreon show where we just get you to read the Wikipedia plot of movies you haven't seen that make no sense.
Because this actually makes no sense. I would do that, but I think like the microphone might peak too much from me screaming.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Sorry,
you
I
were
just
saying to me, you were saying to me with the new versions of Snow White and Pinocchio and Peter Pan all coming out as well with the photorealistic CGI of the animals, same as the Lion King in the recent years. You said that's your favourite type of animation and will never be topped.
I think I do believe I said that. Yeah, I think it's I said the industry can give up. I think there's no innovation left to be had. And just coast from here, you know. Just take existing properties, make them live action.
I know we've covered this multiple times, but ironically, which will hold up longer? In 2050, which will hold up longer? The Lion King of photorealistic CGI animals, or the Lion King that was drawings?
I would argue that, because they remade it, surely the one that's drawings is better.
Well, the one that's drawing will still hold up, whereas the CGI will evolve.
Because it still looks good. Because it still looks grand. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're right. It's just going to... The CGI is going to age, whereas the drawings are stylised. And so they have an aesthetic and a look that still holds up because it all makes sense in that world. But the Aristocats,
yeah,
same deal. Like, it was an animated movie. It was successful. A lot of, I would say, in the 70s because it was an animated movie. That was enough of a draw for people. There was fuck all else to do in the 70s.
Let's bring it back to a new audience show. What about the kids these days? Because the plot, and I'll read you the synopsis if you want it broken down to for our listeners. It's a simple tale, Shaun, of a Persian cats who are separated from their owner by a greedy and sinister butler, only to be befriended by a ragamuffin alley cat who helps them find their way home. There is likely to be some expansion to the story required to fill a 100-minute movie.
I would say so. I would say you need to elaborate on some of that.
But it's all fun and dancing.
Look, they do make friends with Scat Cat and his musicians, who perform the song Everybody Wants to Be a Cat.
Yeah, that's a good one. You've seen that every trailer for Toy Story on VHS.
I have seen that on the Toy Story VHS.
Every Toy Story VHS came with the Aristocats trailer.
You're entirely right, Connor. Look, also one of the cats is named O'Malley. O'Malley's a person. No, wait. No. Sorry.
Wait.
One of the cats is named Duchess, and she meets an alley cat named Thomas O'Malley. So, we need to pick an Irishman to voice this cat, Connor. Now, as far as I'm concerned, only one choice in the world.
Liam Neeson.
I was going to say Barry Keoghan.
I knew you were going to say Barry Keoghan.
But Liam Neeson.
You just want him to say, "What's going on, lads?"
What's going on, lads? And just be a cat. And he dances around an alley. I think that'll be good for him.
Would you watch this movie?
No! If Barry Keoghan was in it, yes. Same reason I would watch Cinderella, that remake, because James Acaster's in it.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That is good. Yeah.
Quality.
Look, there's going to be another live-action remake of one of our Disney classics, Shaun. I think we can all be excited about it. This time is different than the other 14 times.
When do you think we get a live-action Toy Story?
I hope Tom Hanks isn't alive to see it. I don't think he needs that in his life. You know what I mean? I think I hope he never dies. So I'm hoping never. But I think the man
I'm hoping
doesn't
Tom Hanks
deserve
lives
to
forever.
I'm hoping the man doesn't deserve to see Toy Story be turned into a photorealistic CGI mess.
No, I know. The man's worked too hard for too long to do that. But I feel it's coming like a freight train, you know, because if they're at Aristocats now, there's not many more that they can do.
But to be fair, they went to Lion King. Like, that's only in the 90s. So, like, if you're working off that fact, like, Toy Story is next. I think they're just doing all the ones with animals, and then they'll run out of animals, and then they'll have to get to the toys.
That's true, but then you get something weird like Treasure Planet, which has humans and, like, animal humans.
We're going to get a Bug's Life live-action remake soon.
That would be horrifying. That would be foul, Connor.
Yeah, and then they'll just do Bugs, even though that's not Pixar, but it's Disney as well, I think. So they'll do Bugs.
DreamWorks, one of them.
No, it's not. It's not Bugs Life, is it?
Ants? You thinking of Ants?
Ants, and Ants. Sorry, Ants. I do apologise because two of them came out in the same year, didn't it?
Yeah. Bugs Life and Ants, I think, came out like within months of each other.
And nobody talk to each other. For fuck's sake! The only two movies ever that are animated about ants or bugs.
And there are ants in A Bug's Life. I never liked A Bug's Life or ants because I knew they were insects and I couldn't deal with that at the time.
I played
Sorry, that's just about me.
The PlayStation 1 game of A Bug's Life, and I remember thinking, Jesus, this is really hard. And then I just stopped playing it. I was very young at the time. Actually, a game that's fucking impossible if you want to play it, I think it's on the PS2, is Futurama. Have you seen that game?
I've seen the game, yeah. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's ludicrous. Nobody can beat it. It's impossible.
Didn't that come out around the same time as Simpsons Hit and Run? They were just doing cartoon video games at the time.
Yeah, why? And look, to be fair, they have all the voice actors. Like, it looks great. Just the difficulty level. I remember being young, being like, this is too hard for me. And then I went back to play it a few years ago, and I'm probably dumber now. I'm probably worse now. But I went back and I think I can do it this time. And I still got stuck in the same part in the sewer. I'm like, no, it's too much.
So it's not an issue with your fine motor control. The game is just actually hard.
Unless it might just be me. It might just be me. So, Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of news. And here's the thing. There's a certain movie that came out in 2021 that was Red Notice. You probably heard of it.
Vaguely, yeah.
It had The Rock. It had Gal Gadot. It had Ryan Reynolds. It was fairly stacked in terms of cast. Other than that, they just kind of let them kind of improv. I think it was the biggest movie of the year on Netflix. And this might surprise you. But Netflix have decided that for the biggest movie of the year that they had, 3 biggest stars, they're already working on 2 sequels to Red Notice. So we are getting 2 sequels, not just 1. They're working on the trilogy already.
The old Red Notice trilogy. Red Notice, and they're going to spell NOTIC 3 is how they're going to do it for the third one. That's how they're going to spell Notice.
No, you put the E in Red as the number 3.
No, you do that for 33, Connor. Come on.
No, I think it looks way better if it's in the red, because it's only 3 letters. I'm not designing the poster for them, Shaun. I'm just telling them that's how visually I would like to see it.
No, because I would have notice as like a line on its own with a big 3 at the end, so it's evident that it's part of notice, but it's also the 3. That,
and in the
2,
second one,
I don't know.
The T. You replace the T with the number 2.
Notice, yeah, of course. Very, very good.
Red Notice.
Red Nose Day.
Nose Day.
As a man who didn't see Red Notice, by the way, or doesn't know anything about what Red Notice is about, what's the sequel going to be like, do you think?
Look, the movie is about you got three big stars, right? You got 2 criminals and The Rock, who plays detective Dwayne Johnson. And you've got Ryan Reynolds, and he's improv, and Ryan Reynolds is just playing himself. The Rock also just playing himself. Gal Gadot also playing herself. And
imagine.
2 of them are criminals. Gal Gadot is the world's greatest criminal. Ryan Reynolds is the second world's greatest criminal, or like thief, or whatever. And it's like they have a little bit of a rivalry. Then The Rock and Ryan Reynolds have to work together to catch Gal Gadot, and that leads to hijinks. And then the 3 of them are all working together, and that leads to hijinks. And then they're all interworking together with each other, like backstabbing each other. It's all triple crosses, Shaun. It's all very entertaining and leads to a lot of Ryan Reynolds one-liners that you will find amusing.
Will I now? That's a bold claim to make, Connor, because I like Ryan Reynolds. I think he's grand. That movie sounds exhausting, though. Like it sounds like 3 people fighting for attention is what it sounds like to me.
I'll be honest with you. I think they came up with the idea of the plot, like a rough outline. Then they got the 3 of them cast, and everyone just went to lunch because they were just kind of like, well, we've kind of printed money.
So that's sorted now, so we'll just let that go for a while.
We have Rock, Gal, and Ryan, do we? Okay. There's thieves and a policeman. Okay, grand, cool.
Yeah, cops and robbers.
We'll let them improv when they get here.
Okay, and Jesus, they must most of that budget then must have just gone on cast alone, because those are like 3 of the highest paid actors in Hollywood.
So here's the thing. So it doesn't have just 1 sequel. It has 2 for back-to-back shootings. They're going to shoot this back-to-back, no fucking about. Which is weird, because I think Ryan Reynolds said he was going to take off a bit of time, in terms of like he was going to take some time off because he's been working so hard for like the last 3 years. Which, I mean, he's been non-stop in films consistently.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's very real likelihood that he's gearing up to shoot Deadpool soon, so maybe he's just going to stack all of the like shit where he has to work out. He's going to stack it all into like 1 year and then just take a decade off.
Come back at 50 and be like, right, what are we doing?
Come back at 50, do old man Deadpool, and then leave.
That's always sitting there, ready to go. But Shaun, I just wanted to let you know that was happening, because I knew you loved
thanks
Red
very
Notice.
much.
I knew you loved it. But no, look, everybody, we are getting 2 more Red Notice films. If you liked the first one, or if you thought the first one was fine, well, you've got 2 more lined up, so you can either watch it or don't. It's kind of just, like, you're not forced to do it. You can do whatever you want.
It's on Netflix. Maybe throw it on someday. Maybe push that weird Netflix button that gives you a random choice.
You know Don't Look Up? Have you seen Don't Look Up?
I've seen bits of it. Was on at Christmas time, and I was doing stuff, and I was just in and out of the room, so I've seen bits of it.
Because I was asked the other day, someone was flicking through Netflix, and I was kind of walking along, and then they were just like, Don't Look Up, you do a movie podcast, is that any good? Should I sit down and watch it? And I was really trying to be like, I don't know if you should waste a lot of your time. It's grand. I said it's grand. Yeah. I don't know how else to review it.
No, but it seems fine, but like here's the thing. A lot of people watched it, and some of them liked it. You know?
That's the way you described it. I was like, some people like it, some people don't. It's kind of fine.
It's just kind of grand. Like, it's not what you'd expect from the cast.
I was like, but I very quickly changed the tack, because they're like, Don't Look Up. I was like, have you seen Megamind, though? That'll really cheer you up. I think you can waste an hour and a half on Megamind instead. Much better use of your time.
Genuinely, I think so.
So we're finishing off, Shaun, this week with a trailer that dropped last, technically Tuesday morning for us. So I thought it was coming out on Monday, but I think it was American Monday. So for us, like, we didn't have a hope of recording it for Movie Mondays anyway. Look, however it worked out, it was going to have to be this week. And that was the trailer for Moon Knight that's coming to Disney+. One of your favourite heroes in Marvel. One of my favourite one of my favourite characters involved in comic book panels on Google Images. I'm a big fan of a Google image search of Moon Knight comic panels. They're just always very funny. But we've seen the trailer, Shaun. Where do you want to start with this?
Okay, so first of all, this trailer doesn't tell you a whole lot about Moon Knight, but it looks really cool. So I think it's still a good trailer because it doesn't give you all the information. It just like gets you hooked because it's like, oh, that's a bit strange. Because we have Oscar Isaac, who is playing Mark Spector, but he's not called Mark Spector for most of this trailer. He's playing Stephen Grant, excuse me, who in the comics is a millionaire, or he's a billionaire playboy, is Stephen Grant. He's British, apparently, in this trailer.
Is, you know my next question, Shaun. What did you think of the accent?
It's not great. It's very Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins.
But the problem is, Isaac is so charming that you just let him away with it. Anybody else would be shitting on him, but it's like, it's Oscar. Fair fuck.
But also, he can get away with it because it's not his accent.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's because he gets a phone call later on. It's like, Mark, where are you? What are you doing? Because people that don't know, Moon Knight is a vigilante superhero with dissociative identity disorder. So he has different personalities in his head. He's also the Fist of Khonshu, an Egyptian god of the moon. So he has powers based off of that as well. And he is Marvel's Batman, but more violent and will actually kill you.
He's like Batman, but even more, like, he has more mental issues in terms of identity, and like he doesn't know who he is. He's multiple people at once. He's got multiple personality disorder. So imagine Batman with multiple personality disorder, and multiple ones are more violent than the other. Then you have him.
Yeah, and they're all kind of contained within Moon Knight, and he's incredibly powerful. Like, he's taken on and beaten the Avengers single-handedly. Like, he's busted. The reason he dresses up in white is so criminals see him coming and get scared. This so man is a killer. I love him so much.
And the reason why casual fans should like Moon Knight is we've covered it multiple times. Literally just look up any comic book panels of Moon Knight. You'll just laugh. Like, he's just a pure shithouse. Like, because nobody can touch him. He's just a badass. And
I did learn recently, unfortunately, a lot of those are faked. Like the one where he's asking for ketamine and stuff like that. They're all faked. But like,
oh yeah, I assumed that was fake. Yes.
Yeah, shit like that. But he's... Oh, sorry, there's so much Moon Knight stuff going on in my head at the minute, because he is a member of... And this is significant because he's in England. He's a member of the Midnight Suns, which is...
something like called Mahershala Ali? What's he up to?
Last I saw, he was hanging out with Dane Whitman in I believe it was the University of London. He was
he's playing Blade, who hunts down vampires, correct?
Also in the Midnight Suns, yes, the very same.
And there is a vampire that we all know and love that is also involved.
He's also Morbius. Morbius is also in he's also in the Midnight. He's in the Midnight Suns as well. Yeah.
And really, to sort it all out, when you see Moon Knight punching that person in the bathroom, that doesn't look like a human to me, Shaun. That looked like a wolf. It looks like an animal of some sort.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that a lot of humans wouldn't be able to stand up to that amount of punches. But it looks like that brawl's been going on for some time, and it looks like he's just fucking done.
What we're saying is that I feel like Moon Knight will be introducing a lot of weird monsters into this universe.
I think this is our introduction into the more supernatural stuff, away from the aliens and the cosmic stuff. This is more of just here's just fucking monsters that exist.
And Moon Knight hunts them down, and and Blade hunts them down as well. We know he's coming, and Dane Whitman is here. So you have, that's a serious cast, by the way. Let's take Jared out. But if you just have those three.
And then Ghost Rider is also usually in the Midnight Suns. Doctor Strange is in there sometimes as well. I think the Punisher shows up a couple of times. But I think this trailer gave me a lot of Memento vibes as well.
When he wakes up, or when he's with the gun in his hand.
Yeah, because I feel there's going to be a lot of that. It's just going to cut, and it's going to be a completely different scene. We don't know where he is, and he doesn't know where he is or what he's doing.
My favourite part, other than the suit wrapping around him, and just to see in the suit, I think that might be the best looking suit in all of
the white
MCU.
eyes, the glowing eyes, are unreal.
It's beautiful for a Disney Plus series. For anything, if that came in the movie, you'd be like, they spent a fucking fortune on that suit. But what also struck me was he takes the phone out when the phone's ringing, and he takes it out. It's an old flip phone, which to me tells me he's either been missing as Mark for years, or that's the phone Mark has been using since 2007.
It could be, or it's just it's a burner phone, because we see there's usually three personalities. There's Mark Spector, there's Stephen Grant, and there is is it Jake Lockley? Yeah. And so Mark Spector is the mercenary.
And is Jake the taxi driver?
Jake is he's the taxi driver. He's the man on the ground who can get information. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of them got into trouble and had to go on the run. And so now they're all on the run, and that's just the burner phone that they have. They share. This
trailer does such a good job for people that don't know the character, because Moon Knight is such a niche character in comic books that and even say Ethan Hawke, the character that he's playing in this, the cult leader that he's playing, the villain, who obviously Ethan Hawke, excellent actor, but that comic book character that he's playing has only appeared in one comic book ever in 1985, and it is out of publication, and you can't find it in a hard copy anymore. It's just,
that's ridiculous.
So the price of that one issue has probably skyrocketed due to him being in this series, but that's the level of niche we're talking about here. Nobody can just pick a Moon Knight villain and be like, yeah, everyone knows him, but nobody knows who the fuck Moon Knight is, so you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at there's a shot where he's looking in the mirror, and then it just flashes to Moon Knight for a second.
Yes.
I'm wondering where this takes place, because I don't think it's going to be the origin of his powers. I think we'll get that in flashback, but because it seems like he's been Moon Knighting for a while.
Without knowing it, yeah. I think Mark has been Moon Knighting for quite a while.
Because he's chained himself to the bed.
And he doesn't understand what's happening. He thinks he's sleepwalking.
Yeah, he has no idea what's going on, but he knows something is wrong. Also, that shot at the end where he jumps across the buildings.
And it turns into the Disney Plus logo.
It's so good.
It's it's the trailer that we wanted. Like, I didn't know how they were going to do this. Like, Moon Knight as such a weird fucking character. They really get across the chaos. And, like, they say it multiple times. Like, I don't know who I am. I don't know what's going on. And, like, you see the bit where Oscar Isaac's, like, hitting himself in the head. And he doesn't have a fucking clue. And it's just mental. And Ethan Hawke is like, there's chaos in you. Like, you are wild. And it's just fascinating. It's going to be really great to watch Oscar Isaac try to work through all the different versions of him, because he's such a good actor. I can't wait to see
That's the thing. This is like a test for an actor, like, because he is playing essentially 4 characters in this.
It's like James McAvoy.
Maybe more. In Split, yeah. Where it's like you have to embody... All of these people are different personalities, so they're all going to act different. March 30th, this is coming out. I am very, very excited for this.
Like, I to be honest with you, I was like, it might be good. And then Oscar Isaac gets announced and you're like, oh, it might be really good. And then the suit gets, and I'm like, oh shit, they're not messing about. Like, they're putting money into this.
Yeah, they're putting everything they can behind this to make it good. And I think it will be, do you know? Like,
do you think this is the star at the Midnight Suns, or do you think this is Doctor Strange related?
I think... If anything, Doctor Strange would feed stuff into this. Like, Multiverse of Madness opens up a gateway to let vampires in, or something like that. And so that's why the Midnight Suns are formed. Or something like, you know, like some bigger threat necessitates the Midnight Suns.
And they specifically are the only ones that want to or could deal with it. Like,
yeah, like your Blade and your Moon Knight and...
Yeah, like Spider-Man isn't going to be fighting wolves. Like, I mean, he could, but it just makes more sense that Moon Knight and a Blade who deals with demons every day just goes out and he sorts it out. And like, you have a team that works with the dark. Like, if we're going to go DC version, you have Justice League Dark, and they deal with all the stuff that Justice League don't want to fucking deal with. They deal with like the real bad fucking magic stuff that Superman and Batman are going to be fighting.
Yeah, like you have your Avengers level threats, and then there's your like Spider-Man solo level threats, and then there's like your Moon Knight threats, which isn't that's not an accurate power scale at all, because Moon Knight is broken sometimes, like depending on his powers. Like, he has the powers of an Egyptian god inside him, you know. So do with that what you will. But like, yeah,
like Cypher the Sky Dragon.
The very same, yeah. I was thinking Winged Dragon of Ra or Obelisk the Tormentor. But
nobody's going to understand that reference, because
someone will understand it. But I think give everyone their like own corner to fight. So like, yeah, these guys will take on your vampires and your werewolves and that kind of stuff, and ye can deal with the aliens and the robots and the sentient AIs. You know, like, it makes sense to split it up like that.
Just have Jared be in the team, because we all want Jared Leto in the team. We want to see more.
I would rather Deacon Frost from Blade. That man's mad to be in a Marvel movie.
That is indictment of Jared, I would say. That is
good.
Although I'll take Jared if the first scene is Blade and Moon Knight just beating the shit out of him on like a bathroom floor. That's the opening scene.
Just like, well, glad we dealt with that Morbius guy. Like, off screen, kill him.
Guys, I'm Morbius. Nice to meet you. They all just take him down and just start pummeling him.
And he's dressed like Morbius, but wearing like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker suit, so it's really confusing for everyone.
But he still has ha 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 and like tattoos all over him, like damaged.
No, he has vampire tattooed on his head, just to really.
Oh, he's vampire. Home. Sorry, yeah, vampire. Yeah, don't leave in the daylight. Yes, that dude on his arm.
Please, no.
Please, when it gets dark, put me outside. So, Shaun, I think that's it for this week's movie news.
What a week! It's been, look, we had some remakes that made me angry, but I got to talk about Moon Knight at the end, so I'm happy. Connor.
I threw in a few remakes just to annoy you, because I knew we were coming around to Moon Knight. I knew your little nerd heart would like that.
And so, would you like me to take us out then, Connor?
Yes, please.
So, thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Movie Mondays. We'll be back Wednesday with Weird News Wednesday, Friday with Hero or Zero, and next Monday with another episode of Movie Mondays. Big thanks to everyone who supports us over on Patreon, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that in the description. But big shout outs go to Waffles and the Morbius of Madness is watching the moon fall while Flash points at the Batman's death on the Nile. Very good. Very well put together, Waffles. Thanks also then to Ciara Lawler, David Clarke, Ed Ball, Joe Burney, Róisín the Wife Palmer, Ryan Right Time Evanson, Shaun Grow Your Mo for a Bro Jamieson, Dominic, Jessiah Florida Gal Green, Anna wants you all to adopt, not shop, and remember to spay and neuter all your pets. She is totally a crazy cat lady and likes everyone to know this fact. Hjelmroos. Lil Dicky, the end of the world had come and only 2 Irish lads and their podcast survived McGrew. It's like that Twilight Zone episode where he's in the library but his glasses break. So we can podcast, but who will listen to it? It's like the early days of this podcast.
It's like now.
Yeah, well, we're doing all right, Connor. Thanks also to Danny
Don't
McLaughlin.
Don't put us down too much, Con.
Danny McLaughlin, Ray, I can't believe Wanda did this, Sammy DeLucia, Michelle seriously cannot keep up with changing her name Brown, and can't wait to spend 3 hours in Gotham, Batman FTW, Luke Hoth. So thank you everyone for the continued support. We really do appreciate it. Head on over to the Patreon if you want to join those fine folks over there. There's also a merch shop linked below where you can get t-shirts and hoodies and stuff. Twitter is at Heroes for Hire Pod, the 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to just tell one human being that we exist.
Just a one, please.
And I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So I have been Ciara Lawler.
I have been Shaun Meehan.
And we shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.